Hello everyone and welcome back to Uninkable Dads. Tonight we have a big one. We have brand new card reveals just dropped, decks that are already getting shaken up for the next set, and yes, we've got some very exciting board wipe news that could change how games are played out. If you like meta shifts, spicy tech, and a little bit of chaos on the board, then you're in the right place. Let's jump into it. It is up to you. So it's very exciting news that Axion have stuck us on the content creators guest list for this Lorcana Fest, which is the CCQ. So if you haven't already done so and you don't have your ticket, you can use our code below for 5% off your ticket. And yeah, I'm really excited for this one. So we've got the main event on the Saturday, which then goes over onto the Sunday as well. And then don't forget, there's also the mini Lumineers Cup on the Saturday as well. So anyone under 16 can take part in that. So yeah, thank you very much to them. There is a QR code on screen. If you scan that, it'll take you to the website. But before the 2nd of February, the tickets are cheaper. So on top of your 5%, you do save a little bit more if you do it before the 2nd of February. The ticket prices do go up from there. So yeah, thank you very much for Axion for that, and I'm excited. I'm excited to get down there and play some Whispers. So talking about Whispers, shall we have a look? We're going to have a quick look at the most game-breaking card ever to see play. We're used to singing Be Prepared, and now we're singing Raging. Does that work? Can you belt that out at the top of your voice?
Well, it's not a song for starters, so...
This is a good point. This is a good point. There you go, Baker. So you can't sing this one. Sorry, mate.
Can't sing it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this then? Coming in. B Prep is back in the game. It's been renamed, add an extra cost, and you can't sing it. And then they've decided to take it out of the colour.
Yeah, it's a board wipe.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is true.
It's a board wipe. I mean, one of the things about Be Prepared was 7 often actually felt a turn too late.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So 8 is another turn, unless of course you're ramping, but then
I suppose you can ramp easier now than you used to.
Yeah.
So Cindy and some princesses, which Amber's got a lot of princesses. So you could potentially hyper ramp to 8. But then what you're doing after that, I don't know.
Exactly. It means you're locked into Amber Sapphire. And that was the other thing about Be Prep was, because Be Prepared never won you a game, right? All Be Prepared does is stabilize. And then it was the fact that you could chain things together after it to win you a game.
Yeah, I mean, my Maui Shark and Be Prep says otherwise. I've won a game by Be Prep.
Well, yeah, fine. But
it's not what it's there for.
That's
it's not the intended.
Yeah. But yeah, that was the thing, right? So it was like you play Be Prepared, you wipe the board, then they play something out, you play Tremaine, take that away, you've established a character that quests for 2, they drop something else, you shift onto Tremaine, take that away, quest for 2, drop something else on the board, and they could never get back into the game.
No.
But in Amber Sapphire, it's just like Hades.
Yeah, what else if they brought back mana,
together
then I could potentially get on board because you could, Raging Storm double mana like you used to with B Prep, but there's not even any good locations. There's not even a decent location in Amber that you go, okay, well at least I can play this after.
Well, not yet.
Not yet. I mean, I think we've had all the cards for this set. Well, we're close to having all the cards for this set. So it might surprise us, yeah. I mean, this was a bit of a surprise. We had there was rumours that there was going to be a board wipe. We saw early on, that there was going to be one, but unfortunately, wasn't expecting it in Amber. Really wasn't.
No, and not. So it's a non-conditional board wipe as well, right? So if you think about the ink colours,
they
gave Emerald. Yeah, but that kind of fitted with Ruby because Ruby was the I just destroy your things.
Yeah.
But I think with Emerald they gave us a board wipe that fitted with Emerald, right? Emerald banishes damaged characters. So they
Yeah.
gave us a combo where you damage everything and then you banish
I
it.
suppose this makes Amber more playable, whereas if it was in, say, Ruby, you just run red blue or Ruby Amethyst. There's no other. You don't need to really think, do you? It's like if you could play this in Ruby Amethyst, you just would. If you could play this in red blue, you just would. So it's like it's an auto include. Whereas in Amber, this isn't an auto include. There's a lot of Amber decks that wouldn't even dare to put an 8 cost Uninkable in. So I suppose this gives you options if you want to eke Amber out into a mid to late game. I suppose you've got the OTK, you've got Amber Amethyst that's potential. It's strong. It's a strong deck as it is. But again, that's the sort of deck that you don't want to wipe the board. You want to build the board and hold on to it. I suppose it's an emergency button if you need to, but yeah, I don't know. I think we're so used to not having B prep now that I don't know actually how much this would actually see play. It's going to be an interesting one, I think. And also that action that you said last week with the whole pay 2 and they can't play an action, that all of a sudden seems a lot more spicy and still, you know. We're talking about chaining actions. It's like if they're holding out, like you say, B prep used to feel like one turn too late. And if like they peak you when you're on 6 ink and you can't play B prep next turn, that felt really bad. If they're doing it when you're on 8 and then they peak you and then they sing that song afterwards, yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see on this one. I feel like any other color would have been okay. Amber, I don't think I'm gonna play it.
No.
Any other color, I probably would have been in there somewhere. But yeah,
I like the fact, I guess, that they're shaking things up, right? So
yes, yeah,
they've definitely thrown a load of tools out with this set to say, go on then, go and see what you can build.
yeah. This is a crafter's set, if that makes sense. This set is going to be the people that managed to come up with the broken combos and bits and bobs that no one else has seen yet. They're the sort of people that are going to do extremely well at events because they're going to come up with ideas that no one has yet. There's so many options in this that, yeah, it can go anywhere. But yeah, we're going to have a look at a few the legendaries of the set. See if we can pick out our chase legendary for the set. And yeah, but let us know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Raging Storm. It's no longer a song. We can't sing it. So what do we reckon? Is it a yay or an A? Let us know. But talking about Amber then. So the first Amber legendary card is Pocahontas. Obviously, we did cover this last week, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But it's 5 cost, 3/6, shift for free. When you play this character, if you used shift to play her, and none of your characters have challenged this turn, characters can't challenge until the start of your next turn. It's a very big mouthful of words.
Yeah, and a lot of hoops. I mean, you've got a shifter. If you shift
Yeah,
her,
that's the main thing.
She's protecting your stuff for a turn, and you get to quest for 2 immediately.
Yeah, I mean, if you shift her on 3, though, I mean, what you're protecting, on 1 and a 2 cost.
Yeah. Yeah, she wouldn't be on curve. I mean, I will say I like the artwork. I mean, she's kind of
that is true.
Kind of styling out a tribal outfit as if it came from Gucci or Prada.
Yeah.
Those sort of vibes. Yeah, great to see Pocahontas in the game. I struggled to see where you would play this.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think we
her.
all said that with Tiana when Tiana very first came out. Like, no one's ever playing that, and then all of a sudden, 4 sets later, it's the best card in the set. So yeah, I'm not sure on this one. We'll have to wait and see. One we haven't looked at yet was Ohana means family. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So this is a 3 cost action. Now, if this was a song, this would be the chase card of the set 100%. So I'm glad it's not, because I think it'd be overplayed and I think it would be broken if it was a song. So it's an action which is remove all damage from chosen characters of yours to draw 1 card for each damage removed this way. So you pick a character, take that damage off it, and draw 1 for every damage. So if you've got something that's got 6 willpower and 5 damage on, you're drawing 5 cards.
So the question is, how many cards do you need to draw for this to be a good card?
2 for me. You used to play Friends. Friends was a free, you draw 2.
Yeah, but Friends you could sing.
Yeah, but now you got Woodchuck. Woodchuck, you pay 3, you draw 2.
That's very true.
So it's on balance with that. Woodchuck, you can split it. So to say to make it level, this would probably need to draw 3 to then make it level. I mean, it's okay. It's no Rapunzel.
I'd say 3, and three's quite doable, right?
It should.
You need a character with 4 willpower or more.
Yeah, I mean, this is where that
opposing character with 3 strength.
Mickey Amber jumping comes in. Gives everything +2.
Yeah,
that could really make a difference. Yeah, I mean, the Pocahontas is 6 willpower, so there's a chance there. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this is one that's definitely going to see play, 100%. I don't know whether it's a 4 of in every deck.
No, but I think it gives Amber something it needed, right?
Yes, yeah.
But Amber's lack of card draw was kind of locking Amber into either hyper aggro decks that just took the chance of running out of cards, or pretty much the Monster OTK, right? We weren't really seeing Amber doing much else, but giving it some card draw just...
Yeah, I mean, the Monster OTK, the card draw come from the Amethyst anyway, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, talking about Amethyst, the Amethyst legendaries of the set. So we obviously have Tinkerbell, which we touched on the last episode with the Set Champs card as well. Again, you might get evasive out of this, but I don't think you ever questioned for 4. That's very unlikely. Not in core constructed Infinity, whole no ball game. Like I said, we touched on this one last week, so we won't dwell on it too much. But it's the 3 cost Tinkerbell, 3/3, quest for 1. When you've got 4 cards in hand, she gains evasive. 7 or more, she quests for 4. So yeah, I mean, a 3/3 evasive that quests for 4 sounds amazing. You just need 7 cards in hand to make it work, but one card that did get revealed very early for this set, and we're kind of not really spoken about much since, was the Ohana Smoothing Sister. So this is a 5 cost inkable 5/5 Floodborn, shift 0. So if a card has left a player's discard this turn, this card gains shift 0. That's doable. There's a few ways to get things away from your discard. There's things that shuffle things back in. We'll go on to a couple of others a bit later. I mean,
so there's the Queen in Amethyst, right?
Yeah.
When you tap her, you take 3 cards out of your opponent's discard, shuffle them back into your deck, and gain 3 lore, and she's a 4 cost. So you could play her down, play Anna down even without the shift. Oh, sorry, play her down, do that to remove the cards, and then you can shift Anna for free.
Yeah, I think there is ways of doing it. I just feel like you're not really getting any major benefit from it. It's a 5/5 quest for 1. Whenever this character quests, you may gain lore equal to the lore of a character card in your discard. If you do, put that card on the bottom of your deck. So, I mean, you're going to quest once. Say you've put something in your discard that quests for 3, you might gain an extra 3. Then that card goes in your discard. So then, it's automatically every turn after that, it gets worse. Right? Unless you continuously keep putting 3s and 4s in your discard, it's just going to get worse turn after turn. So, 5/5 a few sets ago would have been amazing stats. I don't feel like it is anymore. I think it's okay, but it's nothing groundbreaking. So we'll have to see on this one. I think there's a few abilities out there, but we'll have to see if there's anything that really pops off to make this card playable. Next up is Donald Duck. So again, we touched on this one last week. So it's the 4-cost Inkable 4/4 quest for 1, and he has 2 abilities. So his first ability is whenever you use boost ability of a character, you may put the top card of your deck under them face down. So basically, when you boost something, this double boosts it for free. And then his second ability, during your opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters is banished, you may draw a card for each card that was under them. I thought about this last week after we finished this. Does that count for Floodborn as well?
When you catch bash, you may draw a card for each. Yeah, there's a card under them.
So Floodborn characters, you'd also draw a card.
Yeah, you must do, because I mean, if you banish if you Hades a Floodborn character, you get both characters into your ink, right? They're considered 2 cards for all other interactions. So, yeah.
Yeah, so possibly a green steel with a few Floodborns in could Floodborn and boost. Yeah, I think this is one of those cards that we said is one of those ones of when someone finds the right deck for this, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be quite hard to build, I think, because you're going to want to really lean into the boosts, and you probably don't need to. You probably only need 2 or 3 of the boost cards, a couple of Floodborns, and away you go. But I think everyone naturally would just go, oh, that's got boost, that's got boost, that's got boost. So we'll have to see on this one. Again, we touched on this one last week. I think it's a good card. I think it's up there. I think we called this the Hades of the set, didn't we, for the last one? It's a good card, but it's probably not going to see. It's not going to be a 4 in the decks. We don't think.
No, I think it is a good card. I think it's, as you say, it's the right deck. This could be really, really powerful.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's not necessarily a card that you just shove into every Emerald deck, regardless. No. You do need to build around it.
So the next one, talk about Floodborns, is, I don't know if you've seen this one. This is a 7-cost Inkable Tod. So he's a 6/6 evasive. He has Shift 5, and his ability. Now, I'll try and get this right first time. There's a fair few words here, and they need to be in the right order to make this make any sense whatsoever. So, twice during your turn, which is the first time I've seen that, whenever this character is chosen for an action or an item's ability, you may ready him. So you can only do it twice in turn, so you can't do it forever. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what actions and items and stuff, but I suppose you've got Improvise. That would give it plus strength, and then you can ready it.
Yeah.
Any item that's banished to give rush, banished to give alert, all those sort of things would all trigger it. Again, this leads into green steel quite heavily.
Strength.
Yeah, anything that, even minus strength. I mean, if you're readying it, the chances are you're probably questing.
I mean, he's got enough willpower to.
Yeah, 6/6 evasive. This would trade
cannons if you needed to. But I'm just thinking as well.
You
needed to ready him. You could hit it with cannons.
Can you strength? Can you cannon and strength yourself though? Is it chosen the character or is it chosen opposing?
Good question. Let us know the answer in the comments.
There's definitely a few.
There'll be plenty of things you can target this with. So, it doesn't say he cannot quest for the rest of this time.
No.
So you can.
You could get 6 lore items.
Yeah,
which is quite nice.
That's
I don't know what shift targets are. I think it depends on how good the shift targets are, whether it's possible. I know one of our locals likes the Christmas deck. I think this would fit quite nicely in the Christmas deck. There's a lot of actions in that deck, and if you can then target your own thing with those actions as well, it could pop off quite nicely. So yeah, Tod is definitely got some possibilities, but again, it's the right deck in the right place, I think. So next up, we have Elsa. Again, we touched on this last week. So this is the 6-cost Inkable 5/5 Quest 1 Shift 4. So we are starting to see quite a few more Floodborns now, thinking about it. They kind of dripped off for a while, and now they're starting to come back. So our first ability, Endless Winter. So when you play this character, and whenever you play a location, you may exert a character 3 strength or less. And her second ability, Distant Call. While this character is at a location, she gains +3. As far as I'm aware, I haven't seen that many locations that are like popping out to me and being like, this card's amazing. I suppose you could put this in Amber and run Agrabah, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't know what else you'd really pair this with. Don't know what you'd shift on either.
No, that's the problem. We haven't really got
You want a 3-cost.
low cost Elsa, have we? Yeah, I don't know. This again is either going to be one that somebody will find the combo and break, or this is a card for a future set.
Yeah.
And we haven't got
this is also
a location that really unlocks it, or the shift target that really unlocks it just yet.
Yeah, this is also very good in Infinity as well. Going back to it, you stick this in red-blue with the mana in, and all of a sudden this card is a lot more powerful. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what shifts we get and what locations come out in the future.
DKP would actually have a reason to move something to mana.
Yeah,
rather than just moving Maui to mana for the sake of it.
Maui's got to have a home somewhere.
Yeah.
So do you want to read this one?
Yeah, so we've got Wreck-It Ralph, Raging Wrecker, and the artwork on this one certainly it's got a lot of movement, a lot of energy in it. You can see that he's smashing things merrily. He is a 7-cost uninkable, 3/4, Storyborn Hero Whisper, with boost 1. He quests for 3, and then he has 2 abilities. The first one is Powered Up. This character gets +1 strength for each card under him. And then Who's Coming With Me? When this character is banished, banish all characters with strength equal or less to the strength he had in play. So this is a ball wipe. If you've boosted him twice, then he's a 5/4. When he's banished, it would banish all characters with 5 strength or less. So yeah, this is interesting.
I think this is
questing for 3, so it's got to be answered.
This is the thing. I think it's that the fact it needs to be answered is the issue, isn't it? Because if it's quest for 1 or 2, it probably you just leave it. You're like, I'll let you run it into something that's fine. The fact it quests for 3, you're probably going to have to get rid of it at some point. So unless you're putting it in its ink or back to its hand, there's not a lot else you can do apart from to take this out. And it's not banished in a challenge or anything like that. It's just straight up banished. So yeah, I think this one has a potential of being really good. It's just going to take a lot of maths by either player. If you're the player opposite this, you could potentially work out a way of trying to benefit yourself. Argument's sake, say all your things are 3 strength or higher, but you've got something that drops this down by 2. All of a sudden, that only takes everything out that's below 1. Or the other way around. If you're the controller of this and say you've got Headless Horseman, that's already a 4, so that's naturally not going to get banished. But if you then use something to take something else out, every one of your cards goes up, including Wreck-It. So then you could lift Wreck-It Ralph up to a 4 or a 5 or 6. He could get out of hand very quickly. There are a few actions that give things +5 straight up as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you could quite easily turn this into an 8, run it into one thing, and then board wipe the rest. So
yeah, you got things like Lumiere that's already quite well played in Ruby. Give strength. So yeah, this is definitely an interesting card.
Yeah, I think it could definitely see a bit of play here and there, I think. It just depends on how strong Red and Ruby really is. You probably only run on 1 or 2 of this in Ruby Amethyst. If we can get red blue to work, you may run 1 or 2, but I don't imagine it'd be any more than that. Like I say, Quest for free, so I mean it's pretty good outright. So yeah, 7 cost Uninkable is quite high though. So we're talking about blue, so Sapphire. Next up, we have Scrooge McDuck, reinformed Ebenezer. He's a 6 cost Inkable 4/6 Quest for 2 with Shift 4. Again, another Bloodborne. His ability is Spreading Joy, so whenever you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck face down under each of your other characters. If you do, those characters gain ward until the start of your next turn. So you play this, you take 1 card, place it under every other card. So if you've got 4, you take top 4, put it under 4 cards. They all then gain ward. I mean, it's an interesting way of giving ward, but why not just play Aurora? It's cheaper and does it without having to stick things. But then I suppose if they're boost characters, you're boosting them and you could potentially do something with the boost.
You can do something with the boost. I mean, if you were playing this in Emerald Sapphire, you've got that other Scrooge that says you draw a card for each card under a card when it's banished.
When they're banished, yeah.
So you start stacking up the cards under cards.
I suppose this is also
and
like
if you give them ward as well. Yeah, if you give them ward as well, it's like stick cards under them, turn everything sideways. Your opponent has to crash into them. When they do, you're drawing cards. There could be something there.
Yeah, potentially. So next up, we have a card that we did touch on last week, and I think pretty much knowing all the legendaries now, obviously we've got still left to cover. This is pretty much going to be the chase card. This is the Cindy, the Dumbo. So this is Moana. This 5 cost Inkable 4/4 Quest for 2. So all round pretty good. 4/4 Quest for 2 for 5 ink. Can't really complain at that. But her ability, Ancestral Legacy, you can ink cards from your discard. So that obviously makes a massive difference. So you play this on turn 5 or 5 ink, and then from that moment on, you can then ink from your discard. So if you have 5 ink at the start of your turn and play this, you can then ink from turn from your discard instead of from your hand, which obviously keeps your hand more cards in hand. And then you can do so going on from there. We have now had it confirmed that this won't work with Cindy. So Cinderella from the last set, which was you may ink a card from hand to draw a card. So that is the cost of that ability. So where it's the cost of the ability, it can't be affected. So you can't not ink from somewhere else or something like that because it's the cost of the second part. So if you wish to draw one, you have to ink one from hand. So that doesn't work, but Sail would. Anything else like that where it allows you to ink again for turn, that would all trigger that you can put cards in from your discard. So I think it's quite a strong character.
Being a princess, she does at least trigger the Cindy's ability. So
nice. You could get up to you play Cindy on 4. That would put you on 5 ink straight away for the next turn because Cindy's trigger at the end. So then you play this on the next turn. You can then ink from your discard, and at the end of the turn, you'd get to ink from Cindy as well. So keeping that 1 extra card in the hand that turn. I mean, there's nothing not to like with this, right? I think it's a solid all-round card that really can affect hand sizes quite a lot, because if you're not inking from your hand, it means you're keeping things in hand, right?
And you're getting another body on board, because that was sometimes the thing in the sort of the greedier Sapphire decks, that they might put Cindy down, then be trying to double ramp to get into the really big stuff, but you're risking the fact that you're just not deploying anything to board. So this allows you to carry on that ramp while putting a really good body on board.
Yeah. So next up into the steel cards, we have Angel. So Angel Experiment 624. So she's a 4-cost inkable, 3/3, quest for 1. Her first ability is Untouchable. While you have no cards in your hand, this character gets resist +2. And Good Aim. Once during your turn, you may choose and discard a card to deal 2 damage to a chosen character. I mean, this card just screams out for decks that like to run low, right? So Kiwi, Blue Steel, Amber Steel, you get to a point where you're pretty much in top deck mode.
Yeah. Is it enough of a payoff, though? I mean, she becomes effectively a 3/5. I know resist is better than +2 strength, but
I think it's also the fact you can damage each turn. So if you've got Goliath, for instance, the biggest issue sometimes with Goliath is you only playing one thing each turn because of especially in the Blue Steel deck, most things you're top decking are quite high. So your chances are you're only playing one of them, then you draw another one for turn. Whereas you can play one of them, get rid of one, deal 2 damage to something, and then she's got resist and you draw. But yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
effectively, if you've got no cards in hand, she gives you 3 father cannons each turn.
Well, you don't have to have no cards in hand for the good aim ability. It's only for the resist.
Oh, no, that's a good point. Yeah.
So when
But if
she's
she
on
hasn't got
board,
the
you can just
resist, she's quite easy
discard
to remove.
a
So.
card each turn. Yeah, 3/3 is probably quite easy.
Yeah, don't know. Interesting. Again, one for the deck builders. Sure, there's a combo somewhere that will really make use of this.
Definitely. So next up we have Darkwing Duck. So he is 7-cost inkable, 6/8, quest for 2, and he is the first shift we've seen outside of Floodborn. So he's not a Floodborn, but he does have a shift ability.
What do you think about that?
I mean, if a shift, they're a Floodborn, right?
Yeah, I mean,
that's just how I've always looked at it.
Given the lore, given the story we were given, that it was the magical ink and the the floods, and that is what changed the
I mean, I can't see any reason why you wouldn't give this the Floodborn tag.
Yeah.
Unless there's something that we're missing that's like Floodborn characters do something a bit like Bucky sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know.
Maybe there's something in a future set.
Potentially.
That would have broken this. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, it just feels a little bit awkward, but there
we go. Yeah. He's got 2 abilities. First one, take that. So during your turn, whenever an item is banished, you may pay 1 ink to deal 2 damage to a chosen character. It's okay. If this was pay 1 ink to banish an item and do 2 damage, that would be good. Because then all of a sudden there are a few items that don't self-banish that are good with Tamatoa, but they don't self-banish, so they're not any good. Whereas if this was pay 1 ink to banish an item and deal 2 damage, but yeah, unfortunately it's not. And his second ability, this character can this character can challenge ready villain characters. I don't have the card here because it only got revealed tonight about 10 minutes before we started. There is another card called Darkwing something. It's his car or his ship or whatever it is, and that gives all your opponent's characters the villain tag.
Oh.
So therefore this then becomes slightly more powerful because he can challenge everything.
That's the first time we've seen manipulation of tags, isn't it?
No, you've got it in this as well as like something gets detected for a turn or
oh yeah, you've got the detective
something. It's the first time your opponent's tags.
Okay.
So yeah, so with that, it mean he could challenge into anything. So, but yeah, they are the legendaries of the set. I would say some pretty good, powerful cards there. I think the 2 that are stand out is the Moana and the Ohana means family. I think they're the 2 that I would say are are the big ones for the set. But we've been.
Let us know in the comments, which is your favourite. It doesn't have to be because of what the card does. If you've got a favourite artwork as well, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And talking about artwork, we do have some reprints this set. So Hey Hey has been reprinted. New artwork. So, and new flavor text as well. So whenever this card is banished, first of all, new text in general, and then also new flavor text. So his original text was, when this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand. Anyone that's an experienced player or someone who knows the steps of the game very well would know that when this gets banished, it goes to your discard, then from your discard to your hand. But it doesn't physically say that on the card, whereas now on the reprint, it says whenever this card is banished in a challenge, return this card from your discard to your hand. So they've just added that extra step in there just to really make it clear for newer players and for anyone who's not sure, because you've got cards now like that, Ohana, that this would trigger. So, nice reprint of art there.
Mm-hmm. And poor Hey Hey, I mean, he gets himself in some predicaments, but it looks like he's got himself in a particularly painful predicament in this one. So, he's a persistent presence. He's going to keep coming back, but by the looks of it, he's going to be a bit more beat up every time.
Yeah, he's definitely missing a leg there at least. Well, he is a boat snack, so. Next up is Strike a Good Match. So nothing's changed on here, no text changes at all, just artwork change, and quite a big artwork change as well. We've gone from something that's quite sort of, I don't know, it's sort of like a bit more floaty to a bit more like capture, just in your face. But yeah, a very good action card / song that was used in Emerald, mainly when Ursula was about, the double sing Ursula, but green red, this could help. Next up is Let It Go. I'm not a fan of this one. Drop us in the comments below if I'm wrong here, but yeah, I prefer the original. I think I will be cracking out the set one Let It Goes for this. What do you think?
Yeah, the artwork just doesn't give me, I don't know, for some reason it doesn't give me Elsa Snow Queen vibes as much as the first one did. But, each their own. I'm sure there's people that will find this artwork more attractive. It's interesting, isn't it? So we've seen with the other cards completely different artwork or different wording. This one, they've decided the wording stays the same, but they've removed the flavor text.
Yeah, it does make the wording a bit bigger.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't really know what to make of that. Why they've decided to do it on one, not on the other. Maybe they were helping out all the dads. By not reminding the kids of the lyrics to this song, so that we don't have to listen to it sung in the car on repeat.
This is very true.
All journey.
Yeah. This is very true. It's very true. But don't worry, if you are missing flavor text, they've added it to the next one anyway. So the next card is Distract. So originally it just had the simple line of the text of the card. Now you got a bit of flavor text to go with it. Completely different artwork as well. So I don't know what the original was from. I think it was Mulan or Mushu.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually.
Don't know, something along those lines. And then this one's obviously from, I think that's supposed to be
Christmas Carol.
Yeah, Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah. So yeah.
And interestingly, so this is the little pen icon for the flavor text. So this is one they've made up.
They've come
this
up,
is a Lorcana special one, which is interesting because I could have seen Scrooge saying that in the in the
Yeah,
film. If you'd told me
yeah,
that was the line from the film, I would have quite happily believed that.
yeah, definitely. So next up, we have a Maui reprint. Has Maui been reprinted? We got
Yay.
is that Maui beyond
He's
there?
back.
Oh no, sorry, it's a dog. Sorry. From demigod to
To
dog,
dog. And the dog's stronger.
but costs more.
Dogs are
Yeah,
expensive, I can tell you that.
Well, this is true. This is true. So obviously, anyone who is on Spotify, Maui Hero Tool, the 5 cost 6/5 is obviously been rotated out. Like got rotated out with Fabled, but in the latest set we do have Cooper. Cooper, who is a 6 cost inkable. So he's still inkable. We just moved up on 1 on the cost, but he is an 8/5. So he has Rush Reckless, the same as Maui had. I mean, an 8/5's decent stats. It's gonna, you can one shot quite a lot with that. It's quite nice. It's probably easy to play. I think if it was 5 cost, it'd probably be a bit too much. 8 for 5 seems really high. So I think 6 is about right for this. But yeah, I can see this one seeing some play.
Definitely, but I mean, one of the things with Maui was he tended to survive. He tended to be a 2 or even 3 for 1.
Yeah,
You've got a lot bigger
of 4s and
characters
5s
in the game now. So, Cooper you might be paying 6 to just take something out and trade with it. Which, if you need to do that, you kind of need to do that. But
I suppose unless you pair this up with Hercules, he is a hero.
That's very true. Then he doesn't take any damage. Yeah, interesting.
You've also got there's the action card 2 cost. They're for 5 strength or more. You can play it for nothing. That means they take no damage. Is it? No. You can ready them. You can ready them and gain the law on challenge. Sorry, wrong card. So yeah. And then a few just honourable mentions for the set, really. So we have a few cards here that we think are just going to see play. They're just playable cards. So do you want to take us through?
Yeah, I thought you'd do that, given the first one. So we've got Angel making a Snow Angel on a 3 cost uninkable Akud et Imuti or something like that. It's an action song card, and you pay 2 ink less for the next character you play this turn and draw a card. So so you got a 3 cost character down. You can sing this for free. You can then you boost, so you can then play a character that costs 2 ink more than you should be able to play on that turn, and you also draw a card so it replaces itself. So
yeah. I mean, this
card.
is going to be a 4 of them pretty much any Amber deck. I mean, you've got the new Angel that is a 3 cost, is a singer free. If you go in second, which means that you can play that on 1, sing this on 2, and play a 4 cost on turn 2, which is massive. The other thing is as well, I don't have the card unfortunately because it's not been released like a decent photo of it yet. But there is another one that is a 2 cost when you play this. Not when you play this character, just all the time. Once per turn, your other characters cost 1 less, so you can use it on the turn you play it. It doesn't need to exert, not on quest, nothing like that. It just needs to be on board. So you can play Angel on 1, sing this, and play that for free, followed by something else for 2. So you could play Lilo, for instance, and then play out a Pudger or whatever it is for free as well. So you could go 5 cards wide in 2 turns, which is quite scary. So we'll have to wait and see.
Amber getting a lot of love this set.
Definitely. So we also have the Ruby card, 4 cost inkable, marching off to battle. So this is an action song, so it can be sung. If a character was banished this turn, draw 2 cards. I think this is a very good card draw for Ruby. You can just challenge into something. It doesn't say what character either, so you can sacrifice one of yours into something big, and then sing this or play this and draw 2 cards. So yeah, very nice. We have Duke Weaselton, 3 cost inkable in steel, 3/3. His ability is whenever this character is banished, you may pay a character with 2 costs or less for free. So again, another really good one for Amber Steel. If you've got this down, they banish it. Say you got a dock in hand, you can just play this dock out and draw 2 cards. So yeah, you're gonna have to be careful when you take this out. It could be quite crucial, really. I'm going to say they had this down on board, and they were on 19 law. So like, oh well, I'm going to take this out, and then they play out a Lilo, for instance. All of a sudden, you've got to then answer that as well.
So we got. Are there any 2 cost characters?
Things that gain law on play.
Well, either gain or like do damage or something, because this could be the first time. We haven't had that sort of interaction, have we? Where your opponent could banish this, you could put something down and say, "Yeah, but I banished that."
Interesting. Yeah, so there could be a few little things here. So I think that's quite a good playable card in Steel. Do you want to take us through Milan?
Yeah, so this is another one that looks quite exciting. She's a 2 cost inkable 1/4. She's Storyborn Hero Princess, so important tags there. She has no law, but she has an ability, Rigorous Training. Whenever this character quests, gain law equal to her strength to a maximum of 6 law. So she effectively has 1 law because she's got 1 strength, obviously, unless that's reduced by some ability. So really, she's a base 2 cost 1/4 with 1 law. But if you boost her strength, lots of ways of doing that. Improvise. There's a number of actions that can give characters additional strength. You've got support, where you can add strength. You can boost her strength up to a maximum of 6. And then when you quest, she gains law equal to her strength. So yeah, it doesn't seem much of a downside to this one, especially given the hero and princess tags as well. Inkable. So, at worst, you've got a 1/4, a decent body on board that can quest. So yeah, I can see this. See him playing.
Yeah, I think he do really well. I say there's a lot of boost mechanics out there. So yeah, they're the cards that we just wanted to give a quick shout out to because we think they're definitely quite playable. We have Misprints coming back, so we're going to get them everywhere. You're going to get the jokes all over the place. Watch out on Facebook for everyone saying, "Oh, I pulled a misprint." We have the seamless cards coming back. So obviously this is one that I've cut together because the pictures of the Sims cards we have isn't very good quality. So I've just cut this one together so you can see roughly what it looks like. I'll show you the other one in a second. So yeah, we have Rue and Kanga here, which really upsetting because this definitely should be the other way around. It's kangaroo, not Rue Kanga. But I understand little Rue there helping out. So, and then the second one here, yeah, I'm not even going to try to pronounce either of them. But the art looks nice.
So it's Iduna. I think it's Iduna. Agnar? No, I'm not particularly familiar with Agnar, but King of Arendelle. Yeah, brain must have, blocked out the painful memories.
King of Arendelle. Is this going to be Frozen? This is Elsa's mum and dad before they go away.
Yeah, it must be. Has
in Frozen 2.
Yeah.
Anyway. So as you can see there on the screen, this is the full art where they come out to the edge. You can see obviously where I'd cut it, I had to cut up to the 3 cost inkable sign, whereas obviously on the card it goes to the edge. So yeah, very nice bit of a thing, but we will get loads of shout outs saying, miscut, misprints. How much is this
So,
one worth?
I still think you should get some sort of bonus at your locals if you play both cards down and get the continuous artwork on board. I think you should get some free lore or something like that.
Yeah, would be nice, wouldn't it? But as we're going into, we're not far away now from the next set. We have some set 10 decks that can be easily converted to your set 11 for your day one, or even, week one, week two. So this is obviously my blue steel deck that I've converted. I've basically taken out a few cards and stuck in some Angel and Moana. So obviously they're the two new cards that I've placed in. This isn't going to be easy to change out at all. I understand this is a big, very expensive change, but this is quite an expensive deck anyway. It's not a budget deck by any means.
It is if you put it in four enchanted Cindy's.
Well, that's just for the picture, I wish I had 4 enchanted Cindy. I know I pulled like 11 Cindy's now, but yeah. But just in case you wanted a budget version, we have the Emerald Amethyst Burn deck. So a couple of little changes in this, but the main new addition is the Pocahontas. So we've stuck in 4 Pocahontas. This is a 2-cost uninkable 3/2. Whenever this character quests, gain lore equal to another chosen exerted character. So worst case scenario, she's always going to quest for 2. You should, especially when you've got quite a lot of 2s in. Well, I'm saying that there isn't actually 2s in here. You've only got Merfolk, but you've got Merfolk to pick on your own side, and you could pick a chosen opposing characters card as well. But worst case scenario, she's questing for 2. I think a 2-cost 3/2 that quests for 2 is solid enough to make it into that list quite easily. With the potential of having quite a big hive run in it as well. If people start slapping down these 4 questers, all of a sudden this can really pop off and be quite threatening. So
yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about your opponent's characters. So yeah, even if your opponent's playing out things like Genie or whatever and questing for 2, that allows you to quest for 3. And just keep racing, which is what this deck wants to do. So yeah.
It keeps, it's one of those cards that helps you keep up. Like you say, if they start slapping out these bigger bodies, then it turns into them itself. +1. So and then next up would be Dog's deck. So Dog's deck's changed a little bit. The Comic-Con seems to be going away now. There's a lot of hatred out there for items at the minute. So Tiana's come back in, and we've got the new Pudge. So Pudge is a 2-cost inkable 1/3. When you have a character named Lilo in play, you can play this character for free. That's a good card in general. You slap it in a Dog's deck. If you manage to get Lilo down and then you find a couple of Pudges off of the tramp, you can play them for nothing. That's a big, big swing. So that's going to make a big difference in that deck, I think. Like I say, it's one of those ones that's, if you can do something for free, it's normally going to be pretty good. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on this one, but that's definitely, I think, worth looking into. So one other deck which we haven't got built because there's so many versions of it was Amber Steel. So Amber Steel, as we know, Amber Steel aggro has different versions depending on how you want to build it. But if you include any of these cards, you're going to improve that deck. So we've got the Angel, which has got the underdog ability. So you can basically pay this for 1 less. I mean, I don't mind the underdog. I mean, I don't know whether I would have preferred going second to get 8 cards in hand, but, it's what it is. Take underdog instead. And you get Singer free. Obviously, Pudge, we've already mentioned. Lilo, which is a 2-cost unequal 1/2. During your opponent's turn, the first time this character would take damage, she takes no damage instead. We've seen that before on the Rapunzel with the ward support ability. So, but this Lilo just has it anyway, which is quite nice. So next up we have Tiana, who's a support. Now, support 3/4. I mean, support's always good, but support 3? What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, again, she's a princess, right? So you can come out on for 3 ink if you played Aurora.
Yeah.
So that would be very useful.
I mean, she
Yeah,
come out for
3.
2 ink with the Angel and that other song as well.
It's very true. Then that becomes very, very powerful, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, support 3. Well, yeah, because then she's threatening to turn Angel into a 5/2. That supportability. So yeah, definitely some really useful ways she could be used. I mean, she could boost the other Tiana, right? Potentially.
Yeah.
She turns the other Tiana into a 4/4.
Or
You've
the
got
Lilo, who takes no damage on the first
or the
damage.
Lilo. Yeah, some
There's
really
quite a few
interesting
options
combos.
with this. And obviously the other cards that we'd already mentioned, obviously Ohana means family, and obviously the I'm not even going to try. I'm ill. I couldn't get that on when I'm well.
Snow Angel.
Snow Angel, yes.
The Snow Angel
The
card.
Snow Angel. The Angel Snow Angel.
Yeah, well,
So yeah.
that's a song, right? So Baker's got to be singing that. Come on, Baker.
I mean,
How are you singing that one?
Yeah, good luck, Baker. You've gone from Breeport to singing, again, not even going to try. So yeah, I think there's some very powerful combos in Amber coming out with the low end of things, and then we seem to have this massive board wipe at the high end, but that's not what aggro wants to do. You don't want to self-wipe the board. So we'll have to wait and see which way this tends to lean, but Amber still's looking strong. There's quite a few cards that I think can really, really tip Amber still back into that top 2 tiers deck easily. So
Yeah, I definitely know which end of the cards Lily's going to be wanting to play. I mean, she don't want to be playing the game at turn 8.
She must be packed up and sitting on the sofa for a break by that point. Turn 8, what's that? Turn 4 of the second game, isn't it?
Pretty much.
So yeah, that is all the reveals and everything for this week. I think by next week we should have the full set out. So if there's any others that really jump out to us, we'll let you know. Have you seen a card? Have you seen one that's come out and you've gone, I don't get this, or why is this, or you've seen something that you think is a really, really good synergy that no one's talking about? Let us know. Drop us a comment or drop us an email if it's you want to explain it a bit more. And yeah, just reach out to us and we'll try and get that covered for you. But as always, we're moving on to the next week of it. So it is the Uninkable Dads Playoffs. I don't like this week. Dumbo versus Genie. Dumbo makes all evasives better, but yet somehow I think I've lost this week.
Yeah,
I thought that was such a good card.
It's the ultimate power in the universe, right?
This is true. I suppose it's called Genie Wars, isn't it? Not Dumbo Wars. So, unfortunately, yeah, I'll have to admit defeat, and Genie moves into is that semi-final? Yeah, it's got to be in it. Moves into the semi-final versus Prince John. There we go. I was going to say John Silverman. Completely wrong character. So we're back onto the semi-final number 1. We are 2 weeks away from the finals now. Hades versus Go-Go. Now that is definitely a matchup you definitely didn't see coming. So, which one? Which one's your favourite card? Which one are you going? If I'm building a deck, that's going in. If you're playing Unlimited Chaos, where you run a 60 card deck with all 6 ink colours, which one are you definitely not missing out from that deck? So yeah, let us know in the comments below, and we'll see who goes into the finals. I mean,
who goes into the finals? Because it's got to be Go-Go, right? I mean, it finishes games.
It's got to be Hades, because that's the only card I have left standing.
Yeah.
Because we have Hades versus Go-Go, and Go-Go was yours. and Prince John versus Genie, which were both yours. So Hades is going to come back for the win here.
Oh dear. So
if you're Team FPS, Team Blue, you know,
show FPS and love, but you know, at the same time, we know we know you mean go really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Hades is a good card and all. Could deal with some threats, but yeah, he's not winning your game. He's not giving you 5 lore on the crucial turn, taking the game away from your opponent.
I mean, Hades can just put Sank in the ink that's gonna win the game. So yeah, we'll have to see. Let us know, people. This is my last chance to make it to the final. My only chance to make it to the final. So yeah, drop us a comment below. Who is going through into the final? So it's that time. We've come up to the end of the episode, and before we go, I'd like to say a massive thank you for everyone who has liked and commented. And if you haven't done so already, please scroll down and exert that subscribe button for us. We are so close now. We are like 75 away from our 1,000 target for our year event. So yeah, if you haven't done so already, please go down and do that. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the episode. Is there anything else we need to add for this week?
I don't think so. I think just let us know what you're excited for the new set. We're looking forward to it coming out. But you got a couple of weeks before then, so keep supporting your local game store. Keep getting down there and getting your games of Lorcana in.
So on that note, it's time to roll up that playmat.
Pack away the dice.
And remember, stay uninkable.
See you next time.
See you next time.